Welcome to G Fun Facts Online, your portal to the most amazing stories from our world and beyond. Today, we're sinking our teeth into a topic that's surprisingly ancient and incredibly profound: bread. But not just any bread. We're journeying back 5,000 years to uncover how a single loaf can reveal the secrets of Bronze Age civilizations, their daily lives, spiritual beliefs, and even their culinary innovations. Imagine this: September 2024, near the Kuluoba Mound in Eskişehir, Turkey. Archaeologists are carefully working, and then they find it, a 5,000-year-old loaf of bread, dating back to around 3,300 BC. This isn't just stale bread, it's a culinary time capsule from Turkey's Bronze Age. What's truly astonishing is how it survived. This round, flat loaf, about 5 inches across and an inch thick, was found buried under the threshold of a house. The secret to its 5 millennia-long preservation? It was both baked and then deliberately charred before being buried. If it hadn't been burnt, it likely would have crumbled into dust long ago. So, what was Bronze Age bread like? Analysis of the Kuluoba loaf gives us a direct look. It was primarily made from coarsely ground emmer wheat, an ancient grain also known locally as gernik or kavilka, which made up about 90% of the bread. But here's a twist: lentils were also mixed into the dough. Archaeologists also found evidence suggesting that the leaves of an unknown plant might have been used as a leavening agent. It seems our ancestors fermented this dough and baked it quickly before the ritual burning. This find is huge because organic materials like bread rarely survive this long. In fact, it's one of the earliest known baked items ever discovered, and only the second well-preserved baked bread found in Anatolia. The discovery has even sparked a culinary revival. Using ancestral wheat like kavilka, lentils, and bulgur, Turkish bakers have recreated this ancient recipe. And the verdict? The modern take on this 5,000-year-old bread is described as rich, satiating, low-gluten, preservative-free, and, apparently, a big hit with locals eager for a taste of history. But this loaf was more than just ancient sourdough. Its placement, buried under a doorway, with a piece apparently torn off before it was charred, screams ritual. Archaeologists believe it was an intentional offering, perhaps to bring prosperity, abundance, protection, or fertility to the new house and its family. The act of breaking, burning, and then burying this bread under red-colored soil suggests it was a potent symbol, deeply embedded in the community's spiritual life. This gives us rare, tangible evidence of Neolithic and Bronze Age spiritual practices directly linked to food, and this ritualistic use of bread wasn't unique to Kuluoba. Throughout history, bread has symbolized the staff of life, representing nourishment, hospitality, and even the divine. Grain itself was often linked to nurturing goddesses. Think of ancient Greece, where bread was offered to Demeter, the goddess of agriculture. Sharing bread and salt often signified hospitality, creating sacred bonds between host and guest. Even today, bread plays significant roles in religious ceremonies in Judaism and Christianity. Archaeologists have even found miniature clay loaves buried next to houses in other ancient cultures, hinting at a widespread reverence for bread. So how were they baking back in the Bronze Age? The Kuluoba loaf helps us piece together the picture. We know baking evolved from simple methods, like cooking on hearth ashes or hot stones. For instance, Neolithic lake villages in Switzerland have yielded coarse, unleavened flatbreads made from wheat and barley, some even looking like misshapen bagels, likely baked right in the ashes. Fast forward to ancient Egypt, around 2000 to 1000 BCE, where emmer wheat bread was common. It was dense, though they also made some lighter, leavened loaves, possibly using sourdough starters. Egyptians baked in hearth ashes, in ceramic vessels on hearths, or in dedicated ovens. The development of actual ovens was a game changer. In late Bronze Age England, archaeologists have found perforated clay plates believed to be parts of bread ovens, a new tech for food prep. Interestingly, These bread ovens are sometimes found at heavily defended sites, suggesting bread baking might have been linked to places of social authority or ceremony. In Belgium, Bronze Age settlements have revealed ovens with circular floors, less than a meter in diameter, alongside millstones and charred grains, clear signs of bread production. Ethnographic evidence from the Levant even points to specialized bread ovens, like the Sener Tabun, a semi-buried, igloo-shaped oven, and the *tanur*. Some Bronze Age breads from Hungary were even leavened, baked on flat stones, and decorated with slash patterns. The grains themselves are a story. The kuluoba bread, with its emmer wheat and lentils, reflects Bronze Age agriculture. Emmer, einkorn, and barley were among the first domesticated cereals. But get this, the history of bread making goes back even further than settled agriculture. The earliest identified bread, a staggering 14,400 years old, was found at Shubaika in present-day Jordan. This proto-bread predates agriculture by thousands of years and was made from wild ancestors of cereals like wild einkorn, mixed with tubers from plants like clubrush, all ground into flour to make a type of flatbread baked in hearth ashes. Some researchers think the effort put into these early breads, with their mixed ingredients, means they were special, perhaps for particular occasions, and might have even spurred hunter-gatherers to start cultivating cereals, contributing to the agricultural revolution. Bread was truly central to early human societies. As agriculture spread from the Fertile Crescent, with wheat and barley cultivation, it allowed for the rise of towns and more complex social structures. In the Bronze Age, bread wasn't just food. It was a symbol of sustenance, community, and tradition. The type and quality of bread could even indicate social status. Later, in Roman times, wealthier people ate light, white loaves from bread wheat, while coarser, darker loaves from barley, rye, or even pulse flours were for the masses. Feasting and ceremonies were big in Bronze Age societies. They helped establish elite status, build community, and conduct religious rites. Special foods, including specific types of bread, were essential. Think large animal sacrifices, with meat, bread, and wine distributed to reinforce social hierarchies. The discovery of those perforated clay oven plates at defended, authoritative sites in Britain suggests that baking and eating bread might have been linked to these centers of power and communal gatherings. In late Bronze Age Emar, Syria, texts reveal the temple provided daily bread and beer, while meat was reserved for special festivals, highlighting the different values placed on various foods. The kuluoba bread and the incredible efforts to recreate it truly highlight our enduring connection to this fundamental food. It showcases the ingenuity of our Bronze Age ancestors, who used available resources to create sustenance that was also deeply woven into their spiritual and social fabric. From a charred ritual offering in ancient Turkey to the countless loaves on our tables today, bread is a powerful symbol of nourishment, community, and cultural heritage. Discoveries like the kuluoba loaf keep enriching our understanding of prehistoric societies, reminding us that the simple act of baking is a practice steeped in millennia of tradition and innovation. As we delve deeper into paleo-baking, we're not just uncovering ancient recipes, we're gaining a profound appreciation for the complex societies that laid the groundwork for our own. That's all the time we have for today on Fun Facts Online. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey into the past. Until next time, stay curious.